We do have reporters stationed around Sydney's CBD bringing us the very latest from the ground there. One of them is our Sydney reporter Cameron Price, who is currently on Macquarie Street.
Where you can see probably now about 300 metres away the Lint Cafe there on Martin Place, on the corner of Phillips Street and Martin Place, and that is where this hostage situation is continuing. The negotiator is in direct and consistent contact with this hostage taker. Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. There appeared to be at least one person that was being physically carried out by police officers.
Certainly, it feels like everyone has some kind of connection to this now tragedy we've seen unfold.
And even though we assume at this stage there are around about 21 people inside, our information at this stage is that 2 people have been killed, 3 people have been injured, perhaps 1 police officer, but everyone who was inside that cafe for the past 16 odd hours is going to be incredibly traumatised as a result of what they have been through, the distressing nature of the threats that were made to them, told that this man has a bomb in his backpack, he's carrying a machete, hold this flag with Arabic writing up to the windows. That is an incredibly traumatic experience for all of those people.
Absolutely.
The underwater search for MH370 has begun. Good evening to you. Yes, a number of important developments today, but we are just getting some breaking news to hand here at Pearce RAF Base through the large international media contingent, and word that Malaysia Airlines has called an urgent meeting with families of those on board MH370. There is still no sign of those 2 objects, a satellite spotted now 5 days ago somewhere in the southern Indian Ocean. A massive search area. 6 planes have been in the air today. The last one took off just a few hours ago. Raymond Terrace is a community that is underwater. There are simply dozens of homes along here on Port Stephens Street and also Hunter Street that have water right through them.
Just seen it coming up, and I said to me mate, I said, we've got to get out of here, and went inside, and 4 o'clock it was getting up, and 8 o'clock the coppers come, knocked on the door, come on boys, we're going.
Work now starts on figuring out just what started the blaze. It's understood there were a number of hazard reduction burns in the area over the weekend, but they had since been extinguished. We've made our way into the community of Kersbrook that has been so severely impacted by this bushfire. There are many, many homes that we have seen like this one that have been completely destroyed in this blaze. Good morning, Selena. Well, I wanted to try and give you a bit of a different perspective about the traditional shopping centre walk. Here's the Prime Minister today here in Westfield Penrith as part of his Western Sydney Blitz, surrounded by voters, surrounded by shoppers. People pack in with dogs, kids, a few mattresses, but one overriding emotion.
Oh, look, mate, we're alive is the main thing. This is my family here, my wife, 2 daughters, my 2 grandsons. We thought we were going to die.
It took just minutes to reach here at Grantham. Again, this shaky but harrowing video capturing the moment.
Don't go in that, there's cars in there. There's cars, bro, it's about 12 fucking of them. Don't bother. I don't care.
People can be seen floating on cars and not long after, swept away in the current.
Seeing the devastation, words can't really describe what you're seeing here.
Owner Andrew Menzies bought the island a few years ago. His dream is now in ruins.
It's been very hard to break it to the staff. We met with them all this morning, and it's very upsetting for them and for us. We we don't have a business, you know, while the resort is like this.
Walking around this island, it's hard to believe the sheer amount of destruction. Cyclone Yasi has literally turned this place into a crumpled heap. These are the staff quarters. 111 people chose to ride out this storm on the island. Thankfully, it wasn't here.
The first half of the cyclone, before the eye came over, was not too bad, just bad wind, but the second half just sounded like a freight train was coming through.
This is where the group huddled for the night, in a concrete stronghold, rated to withstand almost anything. It did. It feels like a ghost town till we stumble across the Druitt's Place, a riverfront refuge for 3 families camping on the veranda.
You sit there and you look at it and think, gee, that's fantastic, but then you think about what it's doing and, yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
The Grimleys and the Anders are neighbours, their homes underwater. They don't want to think or talk about it. You charging these folk rent?
I haven't thought about that yet.
So keen to show the public their skills, they offered Jonathan Thurston and Robbie Fowler joy flights, but for some reason they declined. So in the interest of the story...
You ready?
Oh,
Look behind you, got some smoke.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.